How's your day going in your imagination? Today, the market conditions are such that if we stay sharp ourselves, sitting in front of the chart will probably give us a position. What do I mean by staying sharp and sitting in front of the chart? It means we need to spend some time watching the charts. It's possible that no position will come up, and then you might say, "Man, you wasted my time. There was no position." That's a possibility. It's one of those days where you need to sit in front of the chart for a while, at least until the end of this window, maybe even until 1 o'clock. Then again, from around 4:30 or 5 until 8, you should be in front of the chart. I know it's Friday, everyone's traveling, the weather's great, and I'm aware of all that. But do something for yourself. And let me add one more thing. Just because you're sitting in front of the chart doesn't mean you have to open a position. We sit in front of the chart to see if what we want actually happens so we can open a position or not. No one just acts on a whim. Remember, this video is a must-watch until the end. We want to analyze altcoins for you. Make it lazy. Don't think about it. We'll just get to the bit. I'll even take a look at the top 10 and take a look at the watch face. It's a bit long, but I'll do this. First, let's see. Sir, we could recognize that this big candle is about to be struck. When the market was here, we were analyzing a lot. But when we were close to this space and this candle was struck, yes, we talked about this level. Mufti Meche Overbuy, our dear friend, is at a level of claw and claw. We are learning about RSIDM. Have you seen that it was much easier for you? Uber, wow, this is our friend 55. The time that this candlestick struck, the time that we struck this candlestick, the IDX is also coming up. Our real money is coming up, and RSI itself is also coming up. Overbuy is closed. All this does not show that this overbuy that we have here is a candlestick here. The one above, this overbuy closed, means that your momentum is greater than this blessing here. This is why Rwandans do not show us the momentum of the movement. The reach of this candle above did not close here. It doesn't matter. When we are overbuying, oversell, we wait for the candle to close somewhere above. We will see if this goes into overbuy or not. From the total of these friends, the overbuy level and our positive DI, which is increasing, means that our buyer power is increasing, and the ADX, which is showing that your notes can increase. After the candlestick was lit with a stable bottom, should I open a position? Very. Wherever he wants to come, if it is with Saudi Arabia, the market is completely okay, and we have no worries or discomfort. Now, if this domain was not the Saudi domain, these would not have entry arrows. Now everyone has entry arrows. All of them can enter the arrow. Well, if we continue, it was a new one. We had lost these. We no longer had these points. So definitely go and learn the area of the DM. I will make a more strategic playlist in the city of Zispor. If you are lazy, you did not have the time, go and arrange a time for yourself, look there. That is, from the decline here, how did we recognize it with the greed of DMs? You take this. Leave aside the fact that with the attack candle, how was this movement going to be close here? And how did this gulf enter it? And before this whale candle, we could have opened its position. We should open a small account. We decided to end it here. We even opened this Risper Bard, this dear friend of ours. We kept it until this level. Then we saved it, we closed, the price came. Let's get here in 15 minutes. In this candle, in the 15-minute time frame, I mentioned it both on Telegram and on Inverse Wiki and again on Telegram. This candle is considered a sell-off. Whatever position you have, secure your profits as much as you can and close it. I'm not saying these things to claim I was a hero back then or to brag. I'm sharing this as a way to promote the educational content I use because I told you these things in real time, and those exact events happened. It's a good promotion for you to go and check out the volume, learn about candlestick analysis, and don't think, oh, I've already watched the old tutorials. There's new material and new concepts in those lessons. If there wasn't, I wouldn't have made, for example, the 3-year digital trading playlist in Shahrspor. The next time I can make something like this might be 10 years from now, maybe 8 years. So I'll pin the playlist link for you in the comments. Get up, go check it out right now. I have a playlist. Right now, these guys are telling us something. In the 4-hour chart, it's coming up to enter overbought. Overbought isn't here. Its level was back here. So what is it that's coming up here? Nothing. Until we see a reaction here, until we establish a level here, it's basically nothing. If we go up here, it's not a sharp whale move. Even if it goes, the reason isn't that RSI is entering overbought. That's not even the reason. But if it goes up and gets rejected, what then? If it gives a trigger on the 4-hour, it could be a good short position. These two, my friends, are from that ADX, which is just starting to rise, meaning our volatility is picking up and might increase even more. Our positive DI is just starting to rise, and the negative DI as well, but as soon as the positive DI rises, it's reaching its support. This move, the distance it still has to cover, is not small. Really, it's not small at all. It's 55%. Does 55% here mean anything to you? Yeah, it does mean something. This move is not small. It's not an exaggeration to say that. It means the sellers can stay out for now until it reaches this level. Now, until it gets to this level, for example, Bitcoin could come down to, I don't know, around 95 or so and play around a bit. The point is, right now, our position on Bitcoin isn't really that great, honestly. At the moment, our position on Bitcoin isn't really that great. While all this was happening, for example, Ethereum on the 1-hour time frame was at 3056, and it was a bit late to enter. This one broke, but it was a late entry. It broke here too, and that was also a late entry. And this is a whale move, we don't have it. I was thinking about switching my position today, but it's not worth it. If this whale passes through, then honestly, it's not worth it to open a position here with this stop loss. Let's wait and see what happens next. There was an increase in volume, it reached this level, and now it's getting rejected. For now, there's no increase in volume, and you can see the candles are small. Some people might want to talk about the volume, but if the move down starts with decreasing volume, then our friend here might come back and test this area again. If, before the breakout, we see an increase in volume, you can open a position. You can open a position. Why did I say we need to be sharp behind the chart today? Why should we be sharp? Because it's possible that with an increase in volume, you open a position, or it could come up here and suddenly a lot of selling pressure hits the market, which isn't unlikely. The chance of selling pressure coming into the market is really not low. You can't ignore it. There's a good chance selling pressure comes in, the price turns back down, and we fake out this level. You need to be able to focus your mind. After you stop out of your long position, if these things happen, focus your mind. Look for a small stop, find a trigger to enter, and for this new wave that we want to start, take your position. What would this position be? On the daily, if the position happens, it means it wants to come and test this area again. If it wants to come and test, I wouldn't mind. Continuing this move, that is, this drop, I wouldn't mind if we took a position together. And this move, which could even go up to 100, I also wouldn't mind if we took a position together. This resistance is very important, this trend toward 100. If we manage to stabilize above 100, as I've talked about before, the situation changes again. Then we'll only be looking to open long positions. Let's see if it moves upward, if dominance gets closer, what happens with Ethereum, whether we should take profits or not, whether it becomes alt season or not. The other scenario is if it gets rejected here and comes down to 823. Let's see what happens there. For now, let's not consider what comes after that. We need to see what kind of reaction it shows here. If it bounces back up from here, it could take a long time. But, for example, this level where we got rejected is very important for us on the daily chart. We'll try to break it and open a position. The important numbers still remain the same, 100, 106, and so on. Our time frame will get longer. What do we do if it drops to 823, and what's our plan for the future? All of us try to make sure we have a position. For example, if it didn't open a position here, let's say it came here and didn't open a position, and even here it didn't open a position, but when the price comes here, we do everything we can to have a position. Now, how many stop losses do we want for these kinds of levels? For this level here and this level, for example, I went and talked to Botonic support to get you a 300% loss bonus. But then, Mr. Clever Guy won't give you the bonus if you deposit the money and withdraw it 4 hours later. He won't give you the bonus. Your money has to stay. You have to open at least one position for the bonus to be activated, not just deposit and withdraw. If you do that, you won't get the bonus. But if you're smarter and show you're a real user for trading, I'll put the full details for you. If you're with affiliate Tarsi Pro, whether it's an old or new account, based on your deposit, you'll get a 20% bonus, which you can use to lose up to 100%. But you have to open at least one position with it. If you don't, you won't get it. So what's the deal? Even opening just that one position can simply be an open and close just so you can get the bonus. Yeah, so keep in mind, if you want to play the hero, play it right. The smart move is to just open and close a position, do nothing else just to get that bonus. Then, once you have the bonus, use it to play your real position, okay? Okay, so Bitcoin, weekly, the candle is fine, really fine. Even if this candle closes at 94, it still doesn't matter much for our weekly right now. At the moment, our movement is more about the lower time frames. As for the monthly, forget about it. It's not relevant at all right now. The daily time frame is the most important for us to form structure to identify the wave cycle trends. Low wave cycle, medium wave cycle, and the 1 hour time frame is the most important for us to get triggers and open positions. These two time frames are the most important. On the daily, we're waiting for confirmation of the structure to see what happens. On the 1 hour, it's the time frame where volume is coming in. Candles are moving, making highs and lows. On the 4 hour, it's moving in a range. On the 15-minute, our volatility is high because we're in a zone where big players can come in and play. So volatility is high on the 15-minute. If you open the 15-minute chart, it's a bit confusing. The market is like that. Keep this in mind. What I'm saying is important. Also, because it's Friday, we don't have a lot of Bitcoin movement. I'm saying this very seriously. So Bitcoin's move should reach 93,547, show a reaction there, and then give you a trigger. If it doesn't do this, you won't get a trigger. On the 15-minute, the upper level isn't really suitable for a short position. What about short positions? A sharp drop, the range continued, a lower high formed, in this one the volume was lower. In the next drop, the volume was higher, and that's what gives you the position. So you don't really need to wait for confirmation on the 4 hour or daily. The 1 hour gives you the confirmation you need. Got it? You have to stay in the trade up to this point. I'll show you the rest. There's no need to wait until that level of strength. In total, then there's a level at 3.25, which is the same as the first one, and 3.55, where we can really relax. It's a long way to get here, but at this level, even if you had entered sharply and come all the way up here and you were scared to buy because it was too late or you opened a position or whatever, if it pulls back a bit here, the risk of trying to catch a trade here and getting stopped out is the risk you have to take at this point. Okay? Should we go see what 3.25 does? Will it even go to its owner or not? Still, the preference is for it to not go up in one move, but to come up and test this area once. It has to come up here. Still, the preference is, if we want to make a profit, for it to come up in one move, but that could cause us trouble in the future. Total 3, 927 is an important level. Total 2, 1.32 is also an important level. There's still some distance to this point, but that's not important. Let's go and look at the rest of the charts together. USDT gave a sharp level here. In the lower time frames, USDT doesn't really mean much to me. Okay, in the lower time frame, USDT doesn't really mean anything to me. On the daily, I'm waiting for a structure to form. Why? What's the difference? The size of the chart doesn't really matter for the trigger. I can't say this one is important or that one is important. The most important label is the lower one, which right now, in the current market situation, isn't really useful. It can't give you a position anymore. All right, let's take another look at this Deer Dominance chart together. If it gets rejected, it means altcoins are getting weaker. No, if it's coming down right now, it means the chances of altcoins doing whatever they want on their own are lower. You really need to check Bitcoin dominance properly. If you want to open a position now, any move Bitcoin makes will affect altcoins. Or if Bitcoin gets rejected at the top, altcoins will get rejected too. It doesn't matter where the altcoin is. It might not even be at its resistance. A bearish dominance gives us this information. A bullish dominance tells us that altcoins can do whatever they want on their own. Remember this. You'll understand it better later when you see it more on the chart. All right, let's wrap this up and move on to the ETH BTC chart. In just these past 2 days, as Ethereum rises against BTC, it makes sense to take profits because the dominance is going up. If this 33.90 level breaks, Ethereum could break away from Bitcoin. every minute for each time frame if either of these two levels breaks. If it breaks here and the market is bullish, Ethereum escapes from Bitcoin's grip. If 32.13 breaks and the market is bearish, again, Ethereum escapes from Bitcoin's grip. Here, going long on Ethereum gives more profit. Here, shorting Ethereum gives more profit. In this middle DeFi box, it gives the most profit of all. It's been in this box for a lot of days. Really, leveraged DeFi here can be pretty good. I've recorded everything, every single bit of profit I'm making, the losses I'm taking, the stress I'm experiencing, the exits I've made. It's all documented. Let's see. Okay, let's move on. Let's get to the analysis and statistics. All right, let's look at the 1 hour chart. This 3056 is a key level. If we were to focus on it, we'd see an increase as we move toward it. In the 1 hour time frame, the indicator is approaching overbought territory. At the same time, the RSI is above the positive threshold. If it wants to break through here, it's likely that a whale will make a big move. Keep that in mind. Remember this. So, just like before, we opened a position here. We were behind the 4 hour mark, and at 7 o'clock, we opened a position here. So, what should we do? Take profit for sure right now, up to the point where you should be taking profit at the resistance levels. That means at resistance 2.35%, resistance 5.40%, resistance 10.20%. Right now, you should be taking profit at these levels. Even if the trend wants to change, that's a different topic. The end of the trend could continue. Even if the trend keeps going and something happens, even if you have this and something happens, we don't have confirmation of the end yet to act that way. I'm not saying XRP can't give you a position, but it's not easy. It gets rejected. BNB and its position are easier. It got rejected from here. Its breakout was fake. If we see a lower low, the first trend change on the 1 hour chart is a short position in the market. Why? Because the daily chart is still bearish and we're just in a correction, and the 4 hour chart is also bearish and we're in a deep correction. The first trend change? Sell. This level is really important for selling. Seriously, this is a crucial level for sellers. This is the same position I mentioned before, the one that lines up with the position I showed you in the training videos, where I said how easily we could have opened a position there. This level is important for selling. I even talked about it regarding the top 10 coins. Here, this is our neutral zone, but it's worth it if you want to take the risk. Even on the 15-minute chart, if it drops below this level, it's worth opening a short position. If you get stopped out, it's no big deal. Nothing lost, nothing gained. Height for now is nothing. Link, this level isn't bad. BCH, because it broke 562, is good. Forget about XLM. AVAX is late. AVAX really isn't giving any signals at the moment. Not with this move. Alright, let's check our watch list too. MRIM will post another analysis for you after the round, so if needed, you can open positions on the altcoins. I think yesterday's analysis was also quite profitable. So basically, we're waiting for a trend change. I mean, we're not holding anything in our pockets right now, or if there's a trend change on the daily, then after that we might have a setup, or maybe not, and then again we might have another setup. Well, your live boxer isn't particularly useful here at this moment, and for now there isn't anything from PPA either, because the entire market as a whole is currently moving in a short position, since our order flow is showing a bearish trend overall. Maybe, just maybe, it's a bit better not to rush into any decisions for now, and a key level at 14,976 could potentially be a very good trigger point for action. Down here too, there's also a good trigger for a short position, which we'll be sure to check out together in detail. Alright, thanks so much for sticking with me up to this point in the video. Don't forget what I told you earlier, and remember to keep these important points in mind as you continue watching and learning. I pinned the playlist for you in the comments. Go check them out. Have a great day and night.